wanted to, you guys say hi to Blue, running off with my shoe. I wanted to show you guys the newest addition to the family. You guys know how much I love Rose Forever New York. I've been working with the company for some time now. This is the third bouquet that actually it's the fourth, because one of the bouquets that they sent was damaged and they sent a whole nother box. So this is actually my fourth one that they sent from me. And I just had to show you guys how cute, how cute, how cute. So you guys know that I have been trying to get my living room together. I try to have it seasonal, like decorated for whatever the season is, but when there's no season going on right now, I mean, it's summertime, but other than that, there's nothing else really happening. I was just like, oh, it would be nice to have some black roses in here. So when they reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in possibly getting another bouquet, of course I wanted it, because I was like, I got ideas, I got plans for you guys. Now, remember I showed you guys that I have the pink one like this that actually is currently on my nightstand. It has my jewelry in the bottom, but look at this. I have this one is bigger. It has the drawer on the bottom, and I put our remotes that Mr. is always looking for and always complaining that somebody done stole the remote or lost the remote. It goes perfectly in the box. So look at how nice this is, you guys. This actual bouquet has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 20. So it has 24 roses in it. This is the largest one of this type of style with the acrylic box. But I love it so, you guys. It goes perfectly with the decor in here. And of course it has the black roses on the inside. If you guys are not familiar with these roses, they have been specifically treated to last at least a year, as long as you take care of them. And there's not really nothing much to taking care. I mean, it's just common sense of the things. Hey, quit biting my shoe. It's the common sense of the things that you need to do to make sure that you take care of the roses. But you guys, I mean, they look exactly like roses. They don't look like fake roses. They are not fake roses. They are real roses that have been treated, and they last at least a year. If you make sure that you keep them, you know, taken care of, they'll last even longer. I have my yellow bouquet that has 36, I believe, and then I have my pink bouquet that has 9, and then I have a red bouquet that has 9 as well. Blue, move out the way. And then I have this one here, which is the 24 bouquet in the acrylic. I believe this one is called, I don't know the name of it, but we'll put it on the screen. But thank you so much to Rose Forever New York for once again sending this to me. You guys know Parents' Day is coming up. Perfect gift for Parents' Day, okay? Parents' Day, I think, is July. I'll put that on the I'll put that on the screen as well. But if you're looking for something to get for Parents' Day or any other type of gift, if you're looking to get something for the person that has everything, well, chances are they don't have one of these. So, and it comes with all the in all these different shapes and sizes and colors, and you have velvet boxes, you have the acrylic boxes, you have marble boxes, you have some that look like buckets. I mean, just the cutest arrangements ever. Okay, so make sure that you guys use my code. I have a code. I will put it on the screen. I will make sure that it's in the bottom bar, and you guys use that to get $25 off of your own bouquet. Keep it for yourself, send it to somebody else. But again, thanks to Rose Forever for sending this to me. Love it, love it, love it. Perfect. Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage DC Season 1, Episode 9? Episode 9. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens with the gang. The gang is all there, including Tasha and her husband. They are all going to Monique's lake house, remember? The bus gets there to drive them. I guess did the bus drive them all the way to the lake house? I guess maybe that's what it was. And Monique was excited. She said the fact that nobody dropped out of the trip Even after she told him that winter was coming, and Chris told us that Kevin was coming, and it might be some drama with that shit, nobody dropped off. That meant that it was going to be a good trip. Chris, oh well, I knew it was going to be good because this the turn up group. Everybody going to have a good time. So cheers to the detox weekend. It's all about the friendships, getting the toxicity out of everything, and everybody moving forward. So while they're on the bus, she explains to them how Winter hasn't seen Kevin in months. Okay, it's been something like 9 months, 6 months, 9 months, something like that. And, Winter had already explained everything to Monique. So she already clear on where Winter stand with Kevin. But they getting a divorce. And Fun Size was like, no. Wait a minute. No, he said that they not getting a divorce and that he has his ring on. He still loves his wife. He even had a book that she wrote about him, how much she loved him. And Monique was just like, first of all, she didn't even write that book, and neither did he. Somebody else wrote that book. Okay, I said, Monique, you sure know a whole lot about this relationship and everything. I mean, just caping for old Winter. I was just like, okay. Quick says they just both liars. Everything is all lies about them, and Quick is just over it. Quick and Jamie both. Okay, Jamie was just like, I was so blown by the whole Kevin and Winter thing. Like, I'm just so over it. He don't even want to talk about this shit no more. I mean, Chris keep on saying the same thing. I just think that is fair. If Winter gonna say her side, I think that everybody ought to be able to give their side, and Kevin needs to be able to say his side. And okay, I think the men kind of don't want to either go against Kevin because of the bro code or whatever, so they either not gonna say, well, Quick is saying what he's saying, Jamie ain't really saying nothing, Chris is all, he needs to tell his side and all of that. But the women was just like, this divorce is happening. Okay, fuck what Kevin said. So anyway, they make it to the lake house, and when they get there, Monique, okay, so I brought along this bag, and in the bag I got, just the stuff, that people have said about you, just a little fun giggles for the beginning of the trip. She pulls out a little fun size Snicker to give to Quicksilver and Ashley. We get a good little giggle about that. Okay, she also has a little flashing red light. We're gonna get at the red light special over there. And then she says, and then since Chris always want to tell people to hush all the time, she pulls out the gag and I was like, please keep that gag on. Bitch, keep that gag on the whole time, okay? They was just like, oh, the producer was like, oh, you got the ball and gag. Do Monique look good in the ball and gag? And, Chris was just like, well, we don't have no ball and gag, but. And Monique was just like, well, he don't want me to keep my mouth shut. He be telling me to hush, but he know good damn well he would want me to keep my mouth open. So, we get through the little giggles or whatever, and then there's a ring at the door. I said, okay. And so it starts. So it is Winter and the sex therapist. And Winter comes in and she was just like, you know what, listen, I'm not really even studying nobody here. Okay, I don't really care about the ladies, how they feel about me, any of that stuff. She was just like, I am more concerned about Kevin's ass, who is supposedly on his way here. Like, that's the one I'm studying. The group is happy to see the therapist, not so much happy to see Winter. And Winter says, she kind of fine with Ashley, but she's still feeling a kind of way about Irena, because Irena was the one that, jumped up in her face and all that like she was going to beat her ass. So she still got her good eye on Irena. And you best believe the feeling is mutual. Irena still ain't feeling Winter. So anyway, they sit down with the therapist, and everybody is making their little comments. Ashley and Quick, they talking about the fun size, like, oh, look at this is the fun size candy, and oh, look at the fun size this, and Winter is just sitting over there just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna hear about the fun size all the time. But anyway, we get started. So they go around, the therapist goes around the room. She tells them that she wants to know a little bit more about them, more about their relationship, their sex lives and everything. So we start with Ashley, and Ashley says, you know what, 15, 16 years, her and Quick, they've been together all this time, the sex is great and everything, but maybe we just want something different now. Been doing the same thing for 15, 16 damn years. Okay. And Quick, he always got it. I'm good. I'm good with the third leg and everything, and but over the time, we do it and everything, we might go 5 rounds. Nigga, you ain't win no 5 rounds. You stop it. Okay. We're in 5 rounds, and then she, when we finish, then she want to do it again. And he just sort of like, nigga, it's time to go to sleep. Who is fucking 5 times in a night at their age? I want to know. I mean, maybe it's true, but I was just like, oh, okay. Sex therapist says, well, after 40, you do hit a new stride, and women usually, they're in their prime when it comes to sex then. Okay, so maybe that's what the issue is there. All right. What about the next person? Tasha and her husband. Tasha says, well, she can't even concentrate and relax good when they have sex because her husband won't have a vasectomy and she don't want no more kids. Okay. And so, it's not comfortable. She's nervous about it. And then he ends up having to wear a condom. And I was like, who wears a condom? Fucking their husband. That has got to be the worst. Like that's just gotta be the worst. I mean, that's one of the perks of being married is you ain't gotta fuck with them damn condoms no more, So anyway, that's their issue. Moving on to Irena and Jamie. Irena says that they have lazy sex. It's just sort of like it's the same thing over and over, just sort of like, come on, let's do it so we can get it out of the way. And Jamie was just like, well, I mean, I'm still like ready to do everything. It's her that don't want to do nothing. Like she don't want to do oral sex. I was just like, what is wrong with these people? No oral sex, girl. I could lay there just the whole time, just like, woo. Let me stop. Charlotte, I mean, what is wrong? I never understand people that don't like face and play. I mean, I know TMI, but I just am amazed. It's just like, it's such a wonderful feeling. Shit. Irena says she wants more intimacy. I guess maybe she would open up more orally, if we can just not be this whole wham bam thank you ma'am kind of feels. I mean, Jamie worked that out. Shit. Woo. So the therapist is telling her, maybe you need to be more specific of exactly what you want. Some people need a roadmap. You have to tell them, please do this to me, that to me, this to me, that to me. Let me move on. And then we get to Monique and Chris. So they say that they've been together for a long time and their sex life is good as well. But she feels like they have selfish sex. Like whoever climaxes first and it's over for them, then the other person is just out of it until I guess, you can try to get yours now, And so then Chris was just like, well, I grew up, I was the youngest of 4 boys. And one time we was at my aunt's house and they put on this porno and that's what I saw. That's where I got my learning from, is from the pornos. And that's, the way that... I said, Chris, now you done got to be this old and you still fucking like how you saw when you was 12 years old watching a porno? Like, did you not know that maybe women don't want to be treated that way? Like, what is going on here? So that's all he knows is, fucking them, ramming them up and doing all that. Them girls in them pornos don't even look like they enjoying themselves. The whole time they be all frowned up and shit. I said, girl, I know that hurt. You been sitting up there fucking that boy for 25 minutes. Same shit. Anyway, but he was just like, but I'm working on it, because we had Valentine's Day. Oh, honey, apparently Valentine's Day at the Samuels house was a stone cold groove. They went out, they had drinks, they came back, they had more drinks, they was talking, the shit was just on, okay? And so they need more nights like that. Honey, Chris said he woke up and Monique was passed out on top of him. That's how good that shit was, So anyway, Winter interjects, all right? And Winter was just like, listen, I know that we have started off bad, and I know that I've said some things about the husbands and everything, but she just genuinely wants to apologize. She wasn't really trying to come for the husbands, even though they keep on saying that she was, but she really wasn't. We already know. We've talked about this. She was just talking to Monique, and Monique went back and said the shit to Ashley late, okay? And so Ashley is just like, so she apologized. She was like, I just want to apologize because now that I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you guys talk, and it's like the honesty and the open transparency, like everybody just being real and saying what the issues is and, being grown up. Like, this is the kind of shit that Winter likes, okay? And so she apologizes. And then Ashley gonna go and say in the confessional that it felt like it was generic and that it was just, I was just like, it felt sincere to me. Did it feel sincere to you? So then I'm starting to look at Ashley like, Ashley, you just trying to be mad at this girl. Now, how many times and how many ways you want the girl to apologize? Like, it felt like she meant it.
for me. The fact that you think that it was lackluster and vague and everything, it's just, you just don't want to like winter, and that's fine. Say you don't like winter. Well, she does say she don't like winter, and just stick with that. But otherwise, the girl can keep on paying dues for shit that's, you know, she's already apologized for. And she was just like, that's not reflective of my character, and that's not how I want people to see me, the husbands or the wives, like, because I'm not that person. We just got off to a bad start. So anyway, once she apologizes to them, okay, it kind of feels like the air is a little lighter in the place, okay. And the sex therapist, you know, she starts to tell them about the toys that she has there. I said, do you have any bedroom candy there? Because that's what we're trying to see. You got these vibrating panties and shit. She got glass dildos. Candy, you got glass dildos? So anyway, they finished with the sex therapist. I was like, maybe it was more to that session, but I was just like, y'all done drove that lady way out there for these few minutes or whatever she did. I mean, just like, oh, okay. And then the lady got to leave too, or is she staying the night? Anyway, Irena pulls Winter to the side and actually apologizes for how she was acting. You know, she did accept Winter's apology and said, you know, but when she was talking to her, you know, she was pissed, but she also was trying to find out, was she okay mentally, because you know, it is a lot that she's going through. And Winter was just like, yeah, and I appreciate that. She says, because you're right, it is a lot. It's been hard on me, and it's been, you know, I've been frustrated, and I've realized that me being frustrated with my relationship with him, you know, has made me into a person that I don't want to be. I don't want to be represented that way, like all of that. Winter says that she's over Kevin. She just wants to have this divorce. And Brandon was just like, well, he's not trying to, he's saying that y'all not getting a divorce. And she was like, I know he's saying that because the nigga's crazy, but we are getting a divorce. And she was just like, girl, he got paperwork and everything. And she was just like, paperwork? He can lie all he want, baby. I got receipts on everything. Okay, so we're gonna have a showdown with Kevin and Winter. So anyway, the food is ready. It's a crab boil. They had caterers come and fix the food. The table is all set, and they all go sit down and they're eating. Ashley and Winter start up again, and Ashley says that she felt like her apology wasn't sincere, was generic and vague. You know, as far as Ashley is concerned, she's not apologizing to Winter no more, because Winter has a way of making it seem like she's the victim when she was the one talking about Ashley's husband. So Ashley is upset with Winter, and it's so funny. Nobody wants to point out Monique. I mean, it's just amazing to me. But, you know, she was just like, you know, you went and said that, you know, we did go out, and I felt like maybe after that we could be cool with each other. But then you go back with the damn DJ Fun Size comment, and that pissed Ashley off again. She thought we settled this shit, and Winter was like, we did settle the shit, but Monique told you the stuff after the fact. Like, well, I had already said that beforehand. Nobody wants to understand that, but Monique brought it up after the fact. But anyway, she's telling her how she's just been through a lot, you know, with this shit with Kevin. And Monique was like, well, you know, we did have a moment, and, you know, you shared some things with me. Maybe you should share it with everybody else. Okay? So then Winter tells them, like, yeah, it's been hard, and, you know, nobody there really understands what she's going through with Kevin, but it's been, you know, it's just been a lot, and she's been trying to get out from under it and all of that. And child, Ashley don't want to hear it. And then Irena gets all, you know, hyped up again, and they all start arguing all over again. And I was just like, Ashley, you have the power to just really just squash this, and you refuse to do it. Like, how hard? You wasn't even mad about the DJ Fun Size comment. You laughed about it, but now you telling her you mad about it. It's just sort of like you keeping this going for nothing. So anyway, Winter's trying to explain to Ashley and Irena, you know, all of that. And then there's a ring at the doorbell. Okay, so Chris goes to the door, and it's Kevin. You know, he all just like, hey, how you doing? You know, Chris, oh, I'm so glad that you came, because, you know, everybody the set needs to have their own side. And, you know, I didn't know that Winter was going to be here. You know, I would have told you, but, you know, he telling Kevin all of this, and Kevin's just sort of like, okay. All right, my woman is here. Okay. So Carlos then sent Kevin in right in the middle of Winter having to fight off Irena and Ashley. You know, so everything is already heightened, and then here come Kevin. Soon as he walk in the door, Winter was just like, this nigga been gone for 8 months, and he must think he fixing to get the old Winter, but he about to get the wintry mix. It's fixing to go down. You know, Chris, well, we ain't fixing to make this no movie with popcorn. You know, everybody else is like, oh no, honey, this a movie. This a movie right now. Where the popcorn at? Chris was just like, he doesn't invite nobody to his house and, you know, let them get ganged up on or picked on or anything. Like, he is not fixing to be a part of that at all. Okay? So anyway, that Kevin starts up, I miss you, Winter. And she was just like, I'm sure you do. And she says, I don't miss you. All right, but I'm not going to take that away from you. If you miss me, then fine. It's like, I haven't seen you since July. And she said, yeah, you haven't seen me since July, and you left, remember? You left and you moved back into your parents' basement. So anyway, they start asking him all of these questions, trying to find out about the divorce and all that. I mean, we finally got Kevin here and Winter here too, so we can try to get through this whole story. And Chris was like, wait a minute. Y'all not gonna gang up on him. You asking them 15 questions. Let the man talk. So anyway, let Kevin talk, right? Kevin pull out this damn sorry ass book. All right, so here he go with this book again. Nigga, it's already clear that how the book was written, whether or not Winter wrote the fucking book, it's not how she feels today. So you gonna keep on with this. So he pulled out the book, and Winter was just like, oh, I know you ain't got that damn book that neither one of us wrote. And he was just like, oh, you said in this book, you said this. And she was just like, first the fuck all, I said that in the book before I knew what you was doing. When did the book come out? Okay, turns out the book came out October 2020. Okay, she didn't find out that he was out there swindling and embezzling shit until June of 2021. So she was just like, how hard is that for you to understand, fool? So, Kevin is still trying to talk, like scammers do and everything. And Ashley was just like, okay, Kevin, I know you got your book and everything. And he was just like, well, you wait a minute. Let me just talk. So he hushes Ashley. She don't like that. Like, did this nigga just tell me to be quiet so that he can finish talking? Like, you don't hush me. Okay. So he's trying to talk. The men is trying to ask him questions. The women is feeling some kind of way and shit about it. Ashley was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm bored. All right. It's time for me to go. So her and Quick get up and, they was like, yeah, we leaving because we done had enough of this shit. So they go upstairs to there's a sitting area upstairs that they can go to. And so then so now it's Jamie and Irena, Tasha and her husband, Chris and Monique, and Kevin and Winter. And Kevin tells Winter that she didn't want to be with him because of his age. She was just like, fool, I wouldn't even have married you if I was worried about your age. Like, you don't think I knew how old you was? Well, shit, we can't tell what you knew, Winter. Because you act like you ain't knew nothing about this man except for what he told you. You didn't do your due diligence, child. You just didn't. Then Irena and Jamie get tired of it. So they get up and walk upstairs too. They was just like, oh, y'all done decided to join us up here, huh? They was just like, yeah, child, it's just too much down there. And we done had enough of that mess. Jamie was already over it before Kevin even got there. And then next thing you know, Tasha and her husband is up there too. It's only Monique and Chris down there still with Kevin and Winter. Okay. And every time the camera go back to them, we got a new lie. Winter said that he was an architect, and he was like, I don't know whoever told you that. I never said that I was an architect. She was just like, what's wrong with this nigga? He done told me he was an architect, and now all of a sudden he's saying was like, the poor man is crazy. Okay. So anyway, he get up and he tried to walk over there to her. And she was just like, don't come over here near me. Like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you because something is not right up in there. Okay. So you need to get away from me. So she walked around to the other side of the the table. So upstairs, they hearing all of them still talking. And Ashley was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go back down there and see what's going on. You wanted to leave because you were so bored, but you still nosy ass want to go back down there, right? So Monique is talking to Kevin. It's just like, well, Kevin, you got all this paperwork and everything. Like, what are you going to do? Like, what's your plan? And Kevin is still trying to explain to them everything. Honey, that Winter just break out his song. You've been lying since you got here. You've been lying for 2 years. You better sign my papers. Give my divorce. And she just keep on saying, you've been lying for the 2 years. You've been lying since you got here. Child, it becomes the most bizarre scene. That Ashley is down there. She dancing to it. Monique is doing the beats on the table. And then she was like, get a man a pen. Okay. Even though you ain't got your paperwork there. But child, I was cracking up. I was just like, is she really singing this? Man, Mr. used to have this friend, one of Mrs. closest friends was dating this girl named Peaches. And he told Mr. that every time Peaches would get mad at him, Peaches would just break out in a song that she came up with. You not gonna treat me. He said, "Are you really singing in this fucking restaurant?" That damn Winter was singing a song like Peaches. I said, "Girl, go on and get your song out, child." So, you know, I was laughing. Nobody was taking Kevin seriously except for Chris at this point, you know. And Chris, I guess, is walking Kevin up to his room because everybody else then just left. And, you know, Chris was just like, "You know, I'm so glad that you came, man. And, you know, just like I said, everybody deserve a chance to give their side of the story." I was just like, "Chris, stop it. Stop it. I know it's bros before hoes and everything, and you trying to stick, but you know this nigga is lying, and you know that this fool is not telling the truth. Why you still trying to stick up for the poor man?" I guess Chris felt bad for him. But anyway, Ashley and Winter, you know, now that Ashley had gone down there and just heard all of the shit that Kevin was saying, you know, she can't help but be there for Winter, you know. So they actually go and sit down and talk, and Ashley was just like, you know, regardless of how I feel about you and all of that, she was just like, I can tell a bullshitter when I see him. She was just like, and you know, I was thinking after the last time that we went out and we settled everything, I kind of felt like you and I could probably be cool, you know, but, you know, then the other shit came up, the fun size stuff, and, you know, Winter was just like, "Yeah, and Monique told you that shit late, but that's still fine." She was like, "But that's not who I am." And, you know, I feel like, you know, she just wants to erase what they've been through and let's just start new. Ashley was just like, "Yeah, because just sitting there talking to Kevin and everything," she was just like, "I don't know how you missed the fact that he's a scammer, because I just met him and I already could tell from the beginning that he was full of shit." Okay, well, you wasn't in love with him or in lust with him or any of that, Ashley. You already knew. He came to you with his reputation before him. So Monique comes in the room and the rest of the ladies come in the room, including Irena with the microphone, you know, and she was just like, "Oh, I heard the divorce song down there, like, you've been lying for the 2 years. You've been lying since you got here. You better sign my papers and get my divorce." Cracking up. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. I'm about to actually go to lunch with Mr. Joseph. Isn't that something? He's going to treat. So I'm going to go get dressed. Well, I'm going to try to edit these videos while I'm out. I just told you I was going to get these videos out, and now shit be happening. But I am going to definitely get at least the pink out. I mean, you guys won't know any of this until it's out, so. But anyway, let me get on. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.